There was nothing good about this day. The events that unfolded in just a few hours are breathtakingly horrible. It's almost unimaginable to think this many things could happen in such a short period of time. Never in their wildest dreams would the followers of Jesus have imagined that they would see what they saw on this day. Just 5 short days ago, they watched Jesus ride into town. It was triumphant. It was exciting. There was an enthusiasm among the people. Collectively, they began to understand that this was their moment. Change was at hand. The beginning of something better had begun. They had been waiting, and now they knew they had to wait no longer. In one night, it all changed. Betrayal has a way of leaving nothing untouched. In an instant, nothing made sense. The momentum of the situation began to speed up, faster, faster, faster still. The pace of the story takes your breath. For us today, it takes minutes to read the account. For those present on that day, it couldn't have felt more than a few blinks of an eye. In the blink of an eye, Jesus is standing before the high priest, who declares him guilty of blasphemy. In the blink of an eye, Peter betrays his Lord not 1 time, but 3 times. In the blink of an eye, Jesus stands before Pilate. And knowing it was customary to release a prisoner during a time of festival, the chief priests and the elders of the church persuade the crowd to ask for Barabbas. With great excitement, the crowd roars for Barabbas. "Give us Barabbas," was their cry. A murderer instead of a savior was their wish. In the blink of an eye, military guards usher Jesus into the governor's home. They replace his clothes with a scarlet robe and crown of thorns, and then they go to work on him. They spit on him. They mock him. They repeatedly strike him with the very staff that they had given him to hold. And when they had satisfied their desire to humiliate, they stripped him again and they led him towards the cross. In the blink of an eye, Jesus is attached to a wooden cross using 8-inch metal spikes. Left hand, right hand, both feet. Pain, agony, and humiliation would be his plight for the next few hours as he hung. In the blink of an eye, the murmur and the conversation in the crowd was overtaken by a scream of Jesus. My God, why have you forsaken me?" The answer to his question is found in each person who could hear his voice then and who can read the question now. There was nothing good about this day. In a few hours, Jesus endured a lifetime of pain, suffering, emotional attack, betrayal, abandonment, mockery, and disrespect. God in flesh had died. God in flesh had been murdered. God in flesh had been sacrificed. From every perspective save one, this was the end. The story of Jesus had concluded. The once promising reign of Jesus had come crashing down in a matter of hours. It only took one night. As the followers of Jesus scrambled away from the hill Golgotha, they carried so many questions. How did this happen? What do we do now? What's next? The story was played out, complete. It was finished. Everyone present concluded that the last breath of Jesus was the final line in the story. It was time to close the book. There was nothing good about this day, except for the fact that the author of this story had other plans. Mankind was quick to put a period where God of the universe, the master author, was placing a comma. No one on earth was aware, but God had his pen out and he was writing a love letter. His son was the pen, the blood of his beloved, the ink. There was nothing good about this day, but the good news was on the way.